Oh, goodness. It's freezing out here, isn't it, Xena? Well, you look snug as a bug with your neoprene vest and your blanket on. Let's get that covered. Winter camping can be one of the most joyous experiences you can have. The sound of silence is something else. And I'm not just talking about good songs and their good covers. But maybe I'm just a little disturbed. Now, the greatest thing is when the snow falls and it gets quiet and it's so calm. But with that comes the cold. How do we fight the cold? Don't fight it, work with it. Because fighting it is just going to spend more calories. Calories are important. We covered that. So we've got our structure, we've got our sled plow built to block the wind, and we've got an extra blanket in our bedroll. So what do we do with that extra blanket? We do a toe box. That is folding our blanket in half like a taco and folding the corners in at a 45-degree angle. I'll go ahead and show you that here in a second before I crawl in. Another thing to remember is your layers. You're not going to undress to get all cozy. You're going to keep your clothes on. Keep your layers on. Now myself, I invest in boots with removable insoles. That's a great way to keep your feet warm. Another thing to remember is your cooking gas, if you choose to use it, you're going to want to switch to propane instead of using isopropyl. Now, isopropyl is great. It's a lighter weight than propane, but we're going to already be dealing with heavier weights with your camping for wintertime. And with the snow, you can sled it in. You don't have to have a top-of-the-line ice fishing sled. I just use a kid sled, personally. They're a dime a dozen, and unless you're really abusing it, it can last you years. Now, as far as your other things, your 5 C's, they still always apply. But if you do it right, you don't even need a fire, because with proper layering and proper bedding, you can get through the night. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate how to crawl on in here. And then I'll show you the toe box afterwards. You're just going to treat this like a mummy bag, like a sleeping bag. Now I had a mummy bag, but this doggo here hopped up on my legs and split the zipper on mine. So I had to learn new ways to go about this. All you're going to do is put yourself in there and wiggle your feet in to your toe box. Then go ahead and bury yourself in your blankets. Oh, okay. Cozy. Seriously. Your toe box is, as alluded to, a 45-degree angle folded up and underneath your feet. It's that easy. You're just going to tuck it. Just tuck it. And then tuck yourself in like that. It's that simple. Now, personally, I love winter camping. It's one of the best things that I can imagine. And full disclosure, I'm in my backyard because, well, it's Thanksgiving. And I couldn't pull myself away from my home on Thanksgiving. I'll be having a real outdoor camping video here in the next week or so. And we'll go ahead and hot tent that one with the stove and everything else. I'll sled it in and we'll have a good time. But in the meantime, on this Thanksgiving, And even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving where you are, folks, I want you to know that I am very thankful for you and all of your views and your support. So with that, I want to encourage you to stay outside, stay warm, and enjoy those great outdoors.